With Willis still out of action, Game 6 produced no such miracles. Chamberlain scored 45 points, and the Lakers forced a decisive Game 7.
Myself, and I think we see Willis coming out.
There he comes right now. 6 feet 10 from Grambling, the captain of the Knicks, the most valuable player of the NBA. Jack, the other night at the Forum in Los Angeles, he watched the whole game, street clothes, and he saw an awesome performance by Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, I think in that particular game, we saw how important Willis Reed was to the New York Knickerbockers. The fact that Willis, with his tremendous strength, I think is one of the few players in the league that can keep Chamberlain off the board. And you saw how much the Knickerbockers missed Willis in that last ball game. But there are other key players in this series. The great game that Wilt Chamberlain played the other night, 45 points, 27 rebounds. Reed at 100% efficiency. If Chamberlain plays the way he played on Wednesday night's game, it's going to be tough to beat this Los Angeles ball club. As we announced, Chris, he was shot with 200 cc of cortisone. Now, what Willis is doing right now is trying to get that cortisone circulating through that injured muscle. It acts as kind of a numbing agent, but it also helps the blood move around. I've had a few myself, and it takes a long time to get it circulating. And it was announced that he was just a few minutes ago, before we saw him come out on the floor, shot with the cortisone.
Slows it down, is picked up by Jerry West at the top of the post. Reed, no good. Chamberlain gets the ball up, and Jerry West. Erickson is on the opposite side as Chamberlain has the ball, working on Reed now. He's probably trying to be mobile to make Reed move around. Instead passes it out. And Reed now is outside. There's his second shot. He is two. Willis Reed. Look at him limp the opposite end of the court, trying to stay with Chamberlain. And let's see if the Los Angeles Rams will really take advantage of it. They throw it into Chamberlain. It's 5-2 New York. Chamberlain comes around. It's up. And on the play is fouled by Willis Reed.
The Lakers got themselves in trouble Monday night when they got them in trouble Monday evening.
And now the ball goes from West to Chamberlain. Chamberlain looks for Erickson. Erickson comes over to Baylor with the ball. Baylor in the foul circle, bounces one back to Erickson. The pressing defense of the Knicks. And Chamberlain, Garrett, number 20. In it goes to Chamberlain.
And you see Walt Frazier is very aware as Wilt loses the ball, Willis Reed gets it.
There he goes. Jerry West. Reed waits for Chamberlain. Now goes deep with him as West drives. Fakes Barnett out of position. Tough break on the goal, and Reed gets the rebound. Around the Baylor screen. Now into Wilt Chamberlain. And Walt Frazier. Reed on this move to the opposite end seemed to go a bit faster and length less. Chamberlain has the ball, double team.
He twisted something on that last play at the other end, and he's having trouble with that leg. Red Holzman wants a timeout. It appears that Reed twisted that leg on that last exchange.
Jerry West.
He can't move at all. Look at Willis Reed.
Right. 7 points now for Jerry West here at the Garden. Reed limping to the bench. And with 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter of this NBA championship game. Watch number 19, Willis Reed.
This is the play, Chris, just before the timeout. Chamberlain with the ball. You notice Reed laying off. He has 2 personal fouls. But Chamberlain makes the play. And Reed jumps away and turns right here. And it appears that going up on this play and coming down right here. Look at him wince. Right there it appears is where he twisted it. Dragging that leg as he runs down the floor.
And Chamberlain, as Bradley came by, knocked 21. In it comes to Chamberlain. Reed guarding him. And Wilt gets it. Chamberlain now. West trying to get away from Reardon. Gives to Chamberlain, but it's stolen away by Frazier. Back it goes outside to Erickson. Now Hairston loops one to Chamberlain. Reed trying to work on him. And Chamberlain having trouble hitting. And Reed goes off the floor and gets the rebound, his second.
And you notice where Chamberlain has taken that shot from, about 5 feet further out than the other night. So Reed's strength is showing its effect. He's forcing him outside a little further.
Side of the court as Chamberlain gets the ball. His double team puts it in nonetheless.
Chris, we said earlier that Willis had received 200 cc. It was reported to us that he had received 200. As it turns out, it was 2 cc of cortisone. 200 would be a little strong. He's big and strong, but not that strong.
Well, the circus is in town. Russell getting ready to come in as the ball goes to Chamberlain. Chamberlain pushed by Reed, and a bad pass is taken by Barnett. Again at the Garden, you see Wilt Chamberlain with 8 points, 10 rebounds. Reed with 4 points and 4 rebounds. But he has neutralized Chamberlain as compared to Wednesday night in Los Angeles. And here's another fact. Gets loose. Chamberlain comes out now near the foul line. And the chant is defense. Comes to this side of the lane. Moves in on Reed. Shoots. No basket. Foul was called, and let's see if it's on Reed. Reed now has 3 personals as we near the end of the first half. This is the 38th sellout of the year. And Nate Bowman comes in, and they stand and applaud Willis Reed, who gets his first rest. Wow. Chamberlain is 0 for 4 from the foul line. We may have had a foul line violation, Jack.
At this point, and Walt Frazier...
The halftime score is New York 69, Los Angeles 42.
We looked at that statistic. We were just advised from the Knickerbocker locker room, Chris, that Willis Reed at halftime received 2 more cc of cortisone. So apparently that leg stiffened up when he came out of the game, and he has received another injection at halftime and should be ready to go in the second half here. Notice that Reed is not out yet. He's still being administered to in the locker room, so apparently the Knickerbockers are going to start the second half unless he makes a quick appearance. There's the comparison between Wilt and Willis, and that does not certainly tell the story. Wilt has been great, 11 points, 12 rebounds, but the 12 rebounds would indicate what the point that we made, that the strength of Willis Reed has kept Wilt away from that board and has not allowed him to operate as freely as we saw him operate on Wednesday evening. Frazier off in this second half.
Erickson's shot is rebounded by Chamberlain, who gives to Baylor. Still no. 71 to 45. And Reed in position, bats it away, and it's taken by Bill Bradley. Loops one to Chamberlain. Chamberlain stops it. Now it's 71 to 49. 8 into the corner to Baylor, into Chamberlain. Chamberlain trying to get in on Reed. Can't. Loses the ball. Moves in, giving it to Garrett. Wilt Chamberlain made sure. It's 3, 2, 1. We have a new NBA champion. So, once again, Howard Cosell with an interview.
Thanks again, Chris. Here he is. He's the big man. Willis Reed, named the most valuable player in the just concluded NBA championship series with the Knicks now #1. Willis, congratulations to you, and I'm sure it comes from all the viewers. I must talk to you first about the incredible ovation you got when you came out on the floor tonight.
I was very pleased with that. Everybody had been saying, are you going to play? Are you going to play? I felt like I was going to play. I didn't know how effective I was going to be. I just said, I hope I have a good ball game. I hope the team play well, and I hope we could win it. I'll do everything I could because I didn't know whether we'll be back here again next year. We're here this year. Let's win it this year.
Let's win it this year. You said on the plane as we flew back after Wednesday night's debacle, from your point of view, it might not come your way again, remember?
That's correct. You never know. I mean, with the great teams, with Alcindor and all other great ball players and teams in this league, we don't know what will happen next year. Why wait to say we'll do it next year? Let's do it this year, and we've done it. And this is the greatest feeling I've had.
Just joining us, the diminutive former basketball star himself, the coach of the Knickerbockers, Red Holzman. Red, how much did Willis figure in tonight's victory? He's been named the MVP. What did his mere presence mean, despite his being hobbled, in terms of stopping Wilt?
Well, I think just the fact that he was out there gave the club quite a lift, and the fact that he was lucky enough to make a couple of shots at the beginning.
Was that part of the game plan, by the way, to scare them with Willis shooting first?
No, but it gave us a big lift when he made his first few shots.
After that, you were very cautious with him.
Well, we weren't cautious. We were just watching him, and he went about as far as he could go, and then if we needed him again, he would have been back in the ball game. But Nate Bowman did a fine job, and we didn't have to put him back in.
Big man, you know what you mean to your teammates. You know what Bradley said about you?
No, he didn't.
He said, just seeing you come out on the floor, put those guys together. And he spoke magnificently, he really did, about you men have coalesced, how you have. And truly, again, our congratulations. You've offered, I think, the best that the human spirit can offer. Congratulations
Thank
to
you,
you
Howard.
two.
Thank
Now,
you.
these two gentlemen.